Welcome back to second lecture of the Microsoft project. To define the project and to prepare a project plan and schedule that support the project definition and the project requirement. So whatever kind of project requirement you have, this phase describes the tasks and steps necessary to plan and schedule the activities that the project manager and your project team should perform to achieve a successful completion of that project. So let's start with that project entry. Today's session of the data entry, live project or any kind of small or big project with the activities will cover inserting new activities, auto scheduling, add predecessor and indenting task, grouping and ungrouping, changing the display view of that Microsoft project, adding to timeline, adding different types of column in Microsoft project windows, total slack, intermediate slack, free slack, responsible persons in that particular project. These all kind of activities will cover in that live project or any kind of project activities you have that you can put into the Microsoft projects. So let's start with that project activities. Before that, let's start adding different activities for project. Now start entering the activities or tasks in that tab, duration for 1 day, 2 days in that particular column. You can add start date and finish date based on your project requirement. MS project will start showing the bar chart after entering the duration in the duration column. So you can show the bar chart here based on your project duration. Now auto schedule tab. So what is this auto scheduling activities? By default, activities are manually scheduled in the MS project. So the activities are needed to be auto scheduled in that particular project. So this can be done by two ways, from option tab in file menu and from the task tab that you can see on your task bar. So you can click that auto scheduling tab and then you can maintain your all types of duration by automatic with the MS project. From option tab, you can go to the schedule tab and go to the new task created. In that, by default, there is a manual schedule. So you can select auto schedule task. So keep this on auto schedule only. If you want to select that auto schedule from the task tab, select all your activities and all your column by going to this particular space and select all your activities and columns in that Microsoft project and then go to the task tab. Click on the auto schedule option in the task tab after selecting all the activities, so you can maintain your automatical calculate part that start, finish and duration of that value, which will calculate automatically based on the MS project. After clicking this auto schedule tab, you can see that auto schedule activities will look like this. So start and finish activities or start and finish durations will look in that particular units. Now start with that adding predecessor. Now what is the predecessor activities? So whatever project you have, whatever kind of project you are handling, so there are lots of activities are interconnected with each other. So for example, if any kind of construction activities are there, so there is some labor mobilization and site cleaning are there. So before site cleaning, we have to mobilize our labor and material at on the site location. So for that we have to add the predecessor activities in each every predecessor column. So for that, select the predecessor box relating to the activities whose predecessor is to be added and double click on it. So you can add each and every predecessor for that particular task. You can see that here the predecessor activities interconnected with the each and every bar. So after adding the each and every predecessor activities, you can interconnect that activities in that bar chart. So let's start how you can add that predecessor activity. To adding predecessor activities on that particular task, double click on that column and go to summary task information. Here you can see that whatever activities and task and duration you add, you can see that summary task information here. So task name is a mobilization, type is task type finish to start, lag 0 days. If you are planning something different big project, so you can add 1 day or 2 day lag before that two particular activities. So by that you can add this adding predecessor activity in summary task information. Then now repeat the above steps for all the activities and tasks, thus adding predecessors to all activities based on this process. Now indenting the task. So what is indenting the task? So based on the different kind of project, there are heads of that particular projects. For example, in that particular construction activities, you have a foundations and superstructures and substructures like that. So in that you have to maintain the activities in these three heads. So how you can add this task in that particular heads? So for that indenting task tab can use. So select the first activities, right click on that activity and select insert task. Then enter the name of the project or any kind of heads that you want to put it and this activities under that particular head. Select all those activities which needs to put under that particular heading. I maintain that heading is a final project, so I will select all these activities: mobilization, site cleaning, establish base camp in that particular heading. And then in the task tab menu, select indent task. Here are the symbol of that indent task. You can also use shortcut key Alt Shift right. This tasks become a subtask. So here all the activities and these are the heading of that particular project I choose as a final project. So these all activities are as a subtask. So you can see that final view of that indent other task. So in the same manner you can utilize your all the activities based on your requirement and your projects and your heads. So you can add final project, pile cap, site cleaning, mobilization in that particular head of that project. Now let's start with the changing the view and grouping and ungrouping. In the Microsoft project, if you want to see different kind of views in that particular windows that by default Microsoft project already shown, so you can select different views by clicking on more view tab. So by selecting Gantt chart drop down menu, you can see that different kind of views you can select. That by default MS Project built in a Gantt chart, so you can select detail chart, network diagram, resource sheet, resource usage, resource form, resource graph, whatever kind of views you want to see in that your particular window. So you can select that tab. Click on the detail Gantt chart and select apply. In this view, critical and non-critical activities are shown in different colors. So for that some of the activities are very critical that needs to execute a very fast on that site work, so that other activities schedule is not delay. So that's why we have to clear view that critical and non-critical activities are in a different color. So after click that detail Gantt chart, you can see that critical activities are shown in a red column and non-critical are in a blue. So you can easily bifurcate this critical and non-critical activities for based on your project requirement, client requirement, and whatever kind of project you are going to execute. Now let's start with the grouping of that activities. So in the view tab, select the no group column and then select new group by. So based on that, you can select different types of different selection based on your project requirement. From the group by, these are the drop down list that select critical. So based on your project requirement, you can select different kind of option, and you can see that display in your MS Project window. So here we select the critical. So all the critical activities under this particular head, based on that grouping, you can see all critical activities display here. So like that, you can select all kind of things that grouping by, and whatever you want to see in your particular window. So why I am selecting critical activities? Because it is a very necessary to implement that activities very fast, so that all critical activities display here. To ungroup that particular activities, from the drop down menu, select the clear group. You can select this clear group and you can see normal window at your particular project, Microsoft project window. Now let's start with that added to timeline. So any kind of big or small infrastructure project, it is very necessary to implement and execute that project based on the RFP requirement or tender requirement and or agreement requirement. So for that, it is very necessary to plan proper timeline in Microsoft project, so that you can monitor easily, and based on that you can take a very good decision. For adding critical activities to timeline, select all the critical activities, whatever critical activities you want to perform at your site work or at your particular project location. You can select that all critical activities and then select to that particular timeline. You can see that view. After selecting all the critical activity, right click on that activities and select add to timeline. So all the activities will see in that manner. So all critical activities are added to timeline. Based on that, you can monitor easily. So your display window will show that timeline. So whatever critical activities you are performing, so here you can see that schedule and or task or any critical activities that you have to perform at your site location. Now we already seen that how you can add the task name and duration in that particular column. So based on that, Microsoft project are giving different kind of columns that you can use at your site location and project planning or any kind of project that you have to plan before executing. To add different columns, right click on add new column and select insert column. So based on that, you can add different kind of columns that covering free slack, total slack, intermediate slack. So this kind of activities or column you can add and rename that column free slack by selecting from the drop down list, adding different column as per your project requirement or client requirement based on your requirement. So here you can add free slack, total slack, intermediate slack and many more columns you can add based on your requirement. Now Microsoft project, if you are adding free slack column, so it will calculate automatically based on that duration. So free slack calculate automatically by the Microsoft project. Similarly, total slack, which will be automatically calculated by the Microsoft project. So you have to insert a total slack or free slack column in that Microsoft project, and MS project will calculate automatically start and based on start and finish date. So total slack, free slack and the intermediate slack. So insert another column with field name select as a duration 1. Right click on duration 1 column and select custom field to show the intermediate slack. In the pop-up window, select the rename that custom field contains, enter the term intermediate slack and click on OK. So now for intermediate slack, MS Project is not calculate automatically. For that you have to add a formula based on the project requirement. So select the formula tab in the custom field and then in the pop-up window select field, then go to duration and select total slack. For that the formula of that intermediate slack is duration total slack minus free slack. So for that you have to choose formula for intermediate float, go to that field duration into total slack and then minus of that free slack. So here you can see that intermediate slack is calculated and deposited as follow. So you can calculate intermediate float or intermediate slack based on this formula. Based on this you can add any kind of columns based on the formula you have or whatever formula you want to pursue in your project task. So if you didn't get that what is the meaning of free slack, intermediate slack and the intermediate flow, please comment below this video so that I will share document for your reference. To add different columns in MS Project, insert another column with the field name select as a text one. So if you want to add any kind of text that you maintain based on your responsibility or any kind of task name or any kind of project requirement, you can add text column also. In the responsible person column, select the option from the drop down list. So you can assign your responsibility as per the task requirement. So if your project needs to handle properly, so it is very necessary to handle each and every task to that particular person. So you can track easily for that particular activity, you can directly contact that particular person. Similarly, the other three columns like head of the department, what kind of scope we have, in-house or sub-consultant or sublet can be created. So you can easily add different types of column in MS Project. So responsible person is a very important column for that project execution. So for particular that task, each and every team have a one head of that particular department or a project manager or any team leader. So you can add that particular name in this column for that particular task, that responsible person and the team manager, what kind of scope you assign. So is that client, third party, maintenance contract, whatever kind of scope you have to assign that particular person, and how you assign that task, it is based on your in-house capacity team or outside capacity of that team. So you have to maintain in-house out-house column, so you can easily monitor that this task should be done by the sub-consultant or sublet outside of your company or your project. So you can directly contact to that particular person. At last, for adding different columns in the text column, in the lookup table, you can click that lookup table, check the following box as shown in that, allow additional items to be entered into that particular field so that any other values other than already specified in the lookup table directly in the main sheet. So like AMC client, owner, contractor, third party are the value. So if you check this box, so it directly reflect your text column. So in today's lectures and this session, we conclude different kind of adding different columns, data entry, time schedules, Slack, all types of things related to project planning. So hope you are like this session, and whatever doubt you have in terms of any units or any content that you didn't understand, please comment below this video. So we'll share the materials whatever I have a notes for your reference. Thank you very much. Please subscribe this channel, Build the World.